Okay, for this video, let's go ahead and look at the second part of the assignment. So here I am in our Kaminsky A1 PDF file. And as we look at the end of assignment 1 income statement, I'm going to scroll to what is my page 9 and zoom it in a little bit bigger so we can see better. And see, here we are starting on portion 2, which is the financial statements. What we're going to see as we look through these financial statements here, let me zoom it down just a little bit, is first we have an income statement, then we have a multi-page balance sheet, followed by our statement of cash flows, and then lastly by the meat of the assignment, which is all the different ratios that are calculated. So this assignment is going to have multiple steps. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to do it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is navigate to Morningstar.com. From Morningstar, depending on whatever company you want to work on, and I've been playing around with this company called Canterbury Park Holdings Company. Once you find a company to research, you're going to be able to go out and download their financials. The way that you can do that is if you go across this bar on the top, there's something called financials right here. Morningstar can tend to be a little bit slow at times, so just be patient with it. When we get to financials, for example, the income statement, if you click on this for the income statement, and then look at this bar across the top, there should be something that says export to Excel. When we go ahead and export to Excel, it should download it for you. And when you bring it up, it may bring up what is a rather unpleasant looking spreadsheet. Well, for this unpleasant looking spreadsheet, then your first set of tasks is going to be able to make this into something that is more presentable. So this is when you'll get to start playing massaging your Excel navigation skills, doing things like getting rid of the first several years and just anchoring in on 2017, 18, and 19 by getting rid of some of the superfluous data here, by making the columns just as wide as you want them to be, and etc. as you play around. My suggestion to you, so you can make it look exactly like mine, is notice that the column A, which is the widest of them, is the exact same width on all three sets of statements, as are the 2017, 18, and 19 columns. So one of the things that you're going to want to do eventually is when you get multiple sheets in here. So let's say I had an income statement, let's say I had a balance sheet, and let's say I had a statement of cash flows. And just to make it something that we can look at together, let's say I went ahead and copied just these portions of it. And so now we have something that looks rather ugly, correct? Well, let's say I wanted to make this top line blue, and then I wanted to make the columns a certain width. What I'm going to do is come down here, and I'm going to select all of my sheets. When I select all of my sheets, when I do something like make my top column blue, and then if I want to fill it in, for example, in white, and then perhaps I will check and see how wide is this one. It's 56. Let's just go ahead and make it 55. And then select these ones. And I'm going to make those column widths 15. Notice a lot of what I'm doing starts off the Home tab, and these are all your aesthetic fixes. A lot of what you do is going to be on Insert, Delete, and Format. And then now you notice that I have 1, 2, 3 of my sheets. They're all lit up in white. But now watch when I scroll through down here, income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flows, income statement, balance sheet, and cash flows. Notice I've got that exact same blue-white header on all three. I've got the exact same column widths on all three. And I have the exact same layouts for them. So by selecting multiple sheets at the same time, you can then start working on doing all of your different customizations here and making everything look the way that you want for presentations into the spreadsheet. Now that's the first part then. The second part will be this, which is I want you to select a number of ratios. So What I present on this sheet for you is some different ones that I think are valuable. So let's just grab number 2, for example. Oh, wait, I pulled an income statement. Let's grab an income statement one. I'll make it easy. Number 5, net profit margin. The first thing you're going to do, step 1, is go out and let's find net profit margin formula. When you do this, you're actually going to see Google will sometimes bring it up for you if you know it. So they're saying it's revenues minus cost minus divided by revenues. That's kind of basic. I don't like its presentation, but look at Investopedia and then Corporate Finance Institute. Those are my 2 favorite. I like Corporate Finance Institute a lot because I feel like it does the nicest job of just presenting the formula right here. So net profit margin ratio is equal to net profit divided by revenues. So what you're going to do is you're going to make yourself a ratios tab, where the ratio you could deal with would be like net profit margin. Oops, you got to spell it right though, Al. Followed by then, I would like the formula presented in here. I'm going to go ahead and make the columns wider so we can see it a little bit better. And when we do the formula, here is what I'm going to suggest. If you go to the insert menu, from there, text, and you put in a text box and you draw in a text box of any size, for me, it's easier to type in this formula here because it's got several lines that need to be formatted specifically. So let's put lines in here. So net profit margin going to be equal to, if I go back up to that line, it tells me that it's got to be net profit. Underline that then, net profit divided by revenue. And I can resize my text box, make things look pretty if I want. And then from there, I can go ahead and drag this text box into this formula area, make my column as wide as I would like it, center it up and make it look good, etc. And then from there, if I want, go ahead and merge and center this so that it looks the same width. Make that centered there. I don't need this to be so wide. And now I have a nice little formula that fits right into that box. Okay, so now you have your ratio and you have your formulas. But if we look back into here, then we need to do the calculations for 17, 18, and 19. So if I want, I can just go ahead and copy paste this stuff from where we were previously. Make those columns also equally wide at 15. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go out and actually calculate it. So it would be equals. We go to the income statement. From the income statement, we're going to look for that first net income number and then divide that by our total revenue number. Format it any way you would like to see it. So for example, I like to use this comma style format. And then I like to make my numbers a little bit smaller using maybe 3 or 4 decimals, something like that if you'd like. And then because if you want, this is so big too, what we can do is merge and center that to make it the exact same here. Arrange it across the side. Now you have your layout for your presentation of the selected ratios that you would like to calculate. This will then help us get comfortable again with the presentation of Excel in a highly ubiquitous, easy to read form that will be able to be printed to and brought as a meeting, as a handout, and then has good numerical calculations that we can use for financial analysis. So hopefully this will help you as you work through the second part of the assignment, ratios. The next video then I will then record will be on doing time value of money, which is my favorite.